Welcome to Donington. We're here for testing today, Friday, and then we've got qualifying and 2 races on Saturday. This is going to be good. Okay, so in typical British fashion, we have glorious sunshine here for testing on Friday. And then the forecast for tomorrow, qualifying and race 1 and 2, is looking very, very wet. We've had races cancelled here before because it's been so wet. Water, rivers running across the track, making things a little bit too dangerous. So fingers crossed, all good for tomorrow. Okay, tell me what you think of these cameras. So I was lucky enough to borrow an Insta360 to get this real POV look. I absolutely love it. So this was borrowed, but I think I'm going to need to get one. They've also got this GoPro high view, gives you a little bit of a different view into the cockpit there. Classic door view, doesn't really show too much, but pretty impressive. And then this was a good one. This is a close-up with the GoPro, so on the roll cage, close to the windscreen. Pretty good POV. Please drop a comment and let me know which view you like, 1, 2, 3, or 4. Okay, I've been coming to Donington Park for years, and do you know what? I have never seen this tunnel to get to the infield. Look at this. This is so cool. Right, welcome to a very wet Donington as expected in the Midlands of the UK. This one is going to be interesting. Quali coming up very soon, so we've got to be careful with quali. Some insights for you, because so many people will be throwing it off. It could easily get red flagged, the session could get stopped. Obviously the trouble with that is that you don't get a lap in. Right, so after a pretty poor quali, ended up P8, but we can work from there. We've done it before. Right, so some of the main characters in today's race: Alex Catlow there, we've got Harrison up on the left, we've got Matt McCluckey in the blue car ahead, and then we've got Matt Flowers directly in view, and then just out of shot there you got Jordan Pimley. Not showing on there, but we've also got Kevin Denge, who will feature highly in this race.
Day, lights out, off we go. Who's going to get into Redgate first? Well, it's that man again, isn't it? Car number 1, Jordan Pimley, with the best of the starts, and he's going to lead pretty much uncontested into Redgate. Matt Flowers slots into second. It's 3 abreast for third, though. Keith Dalton.
Right, so we get a pretty good run around the outside, try and give Matt room, but he still manages to just clip my rear wheel, and that actually pulled his shoulder out the socket. So he was driving one-handed briefly while he had to try and put his shoulder back into place. But anyway, we're off.
Definitely Jordan Pimley who leads, and Matt Flowers slotting into second, but Matt already.
Okay, so some insights. I had to be committed on the first lap. It's not been my strength of getting on it straight away, but this time we got away pretty well, just about hanging into the slipstream there of Matt Flowers, with Kevin Denge chasing close behind. And I ain't quite hook up the apex, but just about hanging on to these guys at the moment. So head down, trying everything I can not to lose them in front. I was taking a little bit of a tight line here throughout the weekend, and struggling really to let the car run. It was difficult to change it once I committed to it, but it didn't seem to cost me too much time. But as you can see from that top rear view camera, being in the slipstream is helping Kevin catch me at the moment. But at the moment I've just got the edge on him, so I can commit to the chicane without being compromised and try and hang on to the guys in front. Right, so I'm going to keep trying to skip ahead to the action, keep you guys interested. So after a couple of laps, Kevin sends it down the inside of me.
The pass down through Hollywood and the crane occurs, but they've also got Pilamonkin and McCluckey joining in. Pilamonkin goes with Dengate, and McCluckey goes with the number 11 of Dalton. Who's going to come out on top in this group of the Old Hairpin? They're still debating it. Oh, and Dengate carries all the speed through the Old Hairpin and goes through.
And he almost took Keith Dalton with him as they ran wide on the exit of the corner, and that now means that they're going to lose momentum to McCluckey and to Pilamonkin and also to Harrison Leach, who's at the back of this queue. 5 of them together.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. I was definitely compromised To be fair, I think I'm just giving too much room these days when it comes to racing. I think I need to be a little more assertive.
Well, he's allowing him to stay with him in the early stages here. Well, that was Dengate either just getting a little nudge in the rear or just going too deep into Coppice, and that just allowed Dalton to squeeze through. 3 abreast behind them for 5th position. And then you can see there the signal from Dalton: don't fight me, push me, let's go and catch the top 2. That's the universal signal for don't battle me, we need to work together, otherwise these two are going to keep on getting away from us, and the 3 behind are going to do it. And it looks like either Dengate is been allowed through by Dalton, or vice versa, he managed to go through and just wasn't listening.
Yeah, Kevin definitely wasn't listening. He didn't want to work with me. This move here from Pillemonkin absolutely wrecked me. He sent it down the inside again, not wanting to work together, not being smart, just going for the move. And actually, I caught this on the rear view camera. Someone's bonnet flipping up there, which is definitely suboptimal. But back to the racing. Yeah, I've just lost 3 places in 1 chicane, so I really did get hung out to dry. But you know the score. Stay calm. Let's see what we can do. So you're always going to be compromised if you go down a crane that's 2x2. So on this occasion, I'm just going to lift that a tiny bit, slot back in behind the red car there of Kevin Dengate, and then plan my move for later on when it's going to be less of a compromise to both of us. So right now, I'm just going to make him feel a little bit uncomfortable, be in his mirrors, just show him that I'm there. I don't really want to go for any move unless a mistake's made. So we're going to go around the outside again, not really, because I think there's a move on, but just to show my nose. There's a back marker there who I thought I was going to hit for a moment, but they stayed out of the way. Half a gap opened, went down the inside, took all the curb, didn't hit him, but it didn't really give me a great run. So once again, going to be smart about it. I'm not going to sit there out the slipstream. I'm just going to slot back in as soon as possible, get back in the slipstream, and then plan an attack of how I'm going to get back past. Right, Kevin's gone defensive here, lets me open out the corner, get a great run, and see if I can get on the back of him. So not quite on that occasion.
To come across the line, but there's a couple of cars moved up anyway because Adam Lawrence is out of it, having parked in the pit straight. Sam's Eddie, isn't it?
But here we go, using all the circuit and more actually there as we turn into a red gate, trying to get a good exit just so I can start to put some pressure on down the crane of curves. Right, so here we go, just sitting in a slipstream, absolutely flat now, car's warm, track's dry, time to absolutely go for it completely flat in these cars, and then you just got to try and time your braking just right, a little brake, take it in, get loads of curve on the inside, and then try and carry that momentum up the hill. Well, on this occasion I've got a really good run actually. Same again, there's not really a move on, but I'm just going to make him feel a little bit uncomfortable by being in the mirrors outside. Not going to happen, but hey, I'm going to keep my momentum and see what happens at the top of the hill. So I decide just to back out slightly later apex, see if I can get a good run to get back down the inside. This would give me the inside line for the chicane coming up, but once again I don't quite have the momentum, so I'm just going to slot back in and slip into the slipstream. Okay, he's gone defensive there. That's going to give me a chance to get a good exit. Here we go, great run. Now I was going to go around the outside, but it wasn't space, so I just give him a good updraft, which is something we should have been doing right from the start. We wouldn't have found ourselves this far back right now fighting for 6th and 7th. We could have been fighting for 2nd, 3rd and 4th. But hey, head down, trying to come up with a plan of how I'm going to overtake. So right now I know that I'm faster through that section, through that chicane. So it's just going to mean I need to be really close now as we head down the back straight. So once again, in the slipstream, I'm going to use all the circuit, make sure I stick to my racing line and see if we can do something on the exit of the chicane. It's going to plan at the moment. No, so here we go. Tight to the tyres. This time I'm going to go hold it slightly tighter because I know he'll defend the outside. And that's it. That's me back past Kevin Dengate and up into the 1st place of the Masters, which is really where I need to be. Okay, the 2 ahead only got me earlier on because of the fighting going on, so now I want to see if I can latch onto them. Okay, Alex is going for the move. He wants to try and get down the inside. Some aggressive defending there, doesn't pay off. Okay, so right, here's another little insight. If you look all the way down to the start-finish straight, you can actually see the checker flag if it's out. I knew it was last lap. Alex didn't. So I made the move early and made sure I got down the inside. And that was it. I knew now it was checker flag. It comes up quite early. And you'll see Alex's hand come out of his window because he's pretty annoyed that he didn't realise it was the last lap. But there you go, P4 overall, P1 Masters. And now we're going to jump into a new item on the video, racing rituals.
So Matt drive Mazdas, Mark 1s and some BMWs. My pre-race ritual changes from round to round, but generally it is nerves. So get dressed really, really early, try and get in the car as long as possible, so my belt's probably done for half an hour before I'm due to go out. And then I seem to have like this massive crash where I almost like zone out and go really sleepy. So it's like just yawn constantly before we go out, which is nuts because you're trying to get yourself geared up and, you know, a bit of energy to go. Yeah, I don't eat. I have a porridge because that's pretty much all I can stomach. And then I probably won't eat until the end of the day. I can't stomach food and...
So I'm Simon Waterfall, I race in the BMW 1 Series Super Cup and I have a touch of the tism. So can't put my helmet on before I get in the car. Balaclava first, bottom belts, then my hands, top belts, and then take my glasses off, helmet on, do everything up, glasses back on. And if it ain't in that order, and also, if I hadn't had a text back from the wife saying love you, it messes the race up.
So I always listen to music before a race, normally house music to hype myself up. And I always put my left glove on first, I don't know why. I've always done it since I was young. And I have a handshake with my dad, and then I'm on my way.
Hello, I'm Liam Martin Bradley, and some stuff I do before I race is I always bring my AirPods, even if they're old AirPods, like I don't use them anymore. They're just always in the door of my car. I put my right glove on first, and if I put my left one on, I have to take everything back off and put everything back on again. I turn my car in a specific way, like I have to do stuff to make sure, I don't know, it's just, I'm very like, what's the word? Superstitious, is that the word? Yeah, I also bring sunglasses even if it's not sunny, yeah.